Former Portland City Commissioner Rene Gonzalez is suing the city. He filed a federal lawsuit claiming the city of Portland violated his due process rights in connection with the 2024 election. That was when Gonzalez was running for mayor. At the time, he was accused of violating campaign finance laws after the city auditor said he used city money to aid his campaign when he hired a company to edit his Wikipedia page. But an Oregon Circuit Court later found that the city violated his due process when it failed to either hold a hearing or give him a chance to respond to allegations. In a statement, he says in part, quote, "Due process is more, not less, important in a campaign precisely because the stakes are so high and decisions made at the ballot box have long shadows." He goes on to say, quote, "Enforcement mistakes carry both monetary and reputational consequences that last long past the election at stake." Gonzalez is seeking compensation for damage, although there's no word yet on the amount. We've asked city officials for comment, and we're told the city does not comment on pending litigation.